Today is Monday, July 28th, and this is the Wake Up Call from WUSF. I'm Sky LeBron. Birth control is hard to access in Florida. It's one of the worst in the country. You'll hear about new research regarding birth control in Florida in just a few, and I'm going to help you kick off the work week with some events to put on your radar. Before all that, though, the news headlines. Last week, we talked a lot about local school districts confused about whether they were getting more money from the federal government or if they'd have to cut some programs. On Friday, though, they got some answers, and they could finally take some deep breaths. About $5 billion were released for districts like Hillsborough, Pinellas, and Pasco, along with a bunch of others. That means programs like teacher training, English language instruction, and migrant education are safe for now. Some local counties like Pinellas and Manatee will start renourishing their beaches soon, but first they have to wait until sea turtle nests have hatched. They don't want to dump a bunch of sand on them. That'd be terrible. Charles Hunsaker is with Manatee County's Natural Resources Department. He says sand dunes are important or else the little tiny baby turtles will go literally everywhere. They're not supposed to.
And when the dunes have washed away, it's a clear walk to a road, to a lot, a swimming pool.
To make up for it now, Manatee County added hay bales as makeshift barriers. You could say the words, "We've never experienced a heat like this before," without sounding extra this time. Tampa reached 100 degrees for the first time in recorded history over the weekend. The National Weather Service says that topped a high set in 2020. Great year, right? I have news for you, though, but it's not good news. We have a chance of getting another record high again today.
The heat ridge in the upper atmosphere over Florida is shifting westward, but today, underneath that ridge, we're still going to have fewer clouds and sinking air. That's going to help to push the actual temperatures to near 100 today and Tuesday.
That was William Maxim talking about the heat advisory being issued today. He's a meteorologist with the Florida Public Radio Emergency Network, and he says that heat levels could come down by midweek. Access to birth control for Floridians is among the worst in the entire country. That's according to research from Population Reference Bureau, which created a scorecard that ranks women's healthcare policies. When it comes to birth control, Florida ranks close to states like Kansas, Mississippi, Alabama. WUSF's Gabriella Paul was able to talk to the researchers for the study, and she's here with me now. Gabby, why is this something that people should care about?
States that have protective birth control policies tend to enjoy, better health outcomes for moms and babies. There's usually less of a financial strain on the public health programs in those states, and the workforce gets a boost as well. There's also been federal protections for birth control and reproductive health that have been chipped away at in the last several years, and so there's really more of an attention on what the states are doing to protect these policies. Here's what Catherine Streifel with the group had to say about what they learned.
Your access to reproductive health care currently depends on where you live, which is a reality that is really unfortunate.
So for people that live in Florida, what's that mean for them?
Well, in Florida, that means that your access to birth control is really restrictive. When they did this report, they looked at a whole bunch of policies across states, and a couple that landed Florida in this lower tier was one that sex ed is not required in schools, and if schools do offer it, it has to be abstinence-only curriculum. The other doozy is that the state didn't expand Medicaid under the Affordable Care Act. And that basically means people at a certain poverty level are now uninsured, and insurance covers things like birth control. So taken all together, this just shows that Florida doesn't have great access to birth control compared to places that top the charts like California and Washington. And by the way, this report doesn't even take into account restrictions on abortion.
If you want to read more on this story, even take a look at the scorecard and read Gabby's reporting, you can right now at WUSF.org. Gabby, thank you for the time.
Thank you.
If you're looking for a free beer Tuesday evening and you don't mind working for it, the Brandon Run Club meets at their local World of Beer location for a 5K around Providence Lake. And at the end of the run, you get a complimentary beer. So there's something to look forward to other than the pain in your lungs. All year long on Wednesdays, you could check out the St. Pete Night Market at CJ's Backstage on the west side of St. Pete. Local vendors sell food, jewelry, more. There's a free sign-up, too, if you're a vendor looking to get your name out there. The market usually starts around 6. And streetcar fans might want to head out Wednesday to the gaming room formerly known as Derby Lane in St. Pete. They're relaunching free weekly streetcar meetups at 7. Definitely the place to go with your biggest car nut. Everyone knows one, right? You think they'd like my Toyota Camry? I promise to follow the rules. There's no burnouts. I don't even think I could do that. No speeding in the parking lot, no excessive revving, and no loud music. My Camry fits in perfectly. That's it for Monday's wake-up call, though. Hoping the start to your week is a solid one. I just moved to a new spot, so sometimes I wake up and my brain hasn't processed that I moved, so it feels like I got kidnapped. Still working through that. Anyways, have an awesome Monday. I'll catch you on tomorrow's wake-up call.